While Bitcoin looks indecisive, altcoins continue to shine. Large caps look absolutely ridiculous. Ethereum is making all-time high after all-time high. Litecoin looks like it's next. And we've seen huge moves from other large caps over the past few months. I'm going to tell you why there's a lot of precedent for this to continue. And I'm going to take a look at all 10 of the top coins by market cap, not named Tether, in a lightning round of charts. We're also going to review the news. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and smash that like button right down below. As I mentioned, Bitcoin still looks indecisive after the recent correction, but altcoins do not care. They've been absolutely smashing Bitcoin, especially the large caps, and we have a lot of reason to believe that that could continue. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a lightning round of all 10 of the top coins by market cap, not including Tether, Bitcoin and USD pairs. And then we're going to take a look at all the news that's driving the market. So here's the list right here on CoinMarketCap of the top 10. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Dogecoin, XRP, Tether. That would be a very boring chart. Cardano, Polkadot, Uniswap, and Litecoin. Let's start very quickly with Bitcoin. We've reviewed this on an almost daily basis. There's not really much to see here. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. As you can see, it was rejected here in the golden pocket between the 61.8 and 65% retracement. That is very common. It has lost the 200 MA. That said, we still have this breakout and we have the confirmed inverse head and shoulders with price testing the neckline. This looks indecisive at best. I think it will continue up and things will be fine, but more than likely, based on what we're seeing with altcoins and Bitcoin dominance, this will probably chop sideways and consolidate for a while we see altcoins outperform. That's what I'm looking for. Frankly, that's what I'm hoping for because it would be a lot more opportunity to make Bitcoin. As you can see here also on the 4-hour, we had bearish divergence yesterday confirmed. That was before the drop as usual. And now we have confirmed hidden bullish divergence, which is a sign of continuation up. That does not mean we will continue up. We could continue down, but it means that the bear div is effectively invalidated. It has played out, and that's the entirety of its move. Moving on to Ethereum, Bitcoin, what is there even to say about this chart? I've been posting it for what feels like an eternity. This was the entry I was discussing on this bullish SFP on the daily chart, not shown. This is the weekly chart. Since then, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and are into our 6th week of continued bullish movement. Inverse head and shoulders, confirmed. Retest of this line, confirmed. Rounding bottom, confirmed. We have two targets. One is for the inverse head and shoulders, which is around 0.64. We're almost there. Unbelievable. And the other target, of course, is a return to the highs based on the break of this descending line. This does not look like it's stopping. It is absolutely annihilating Bitcoin right now. Whether you are a Bitcoin maximalist, Ethereum maximalist, whatever you are, this is where the opportunity has been. And I've been saying this literally for months, if not years. Of course, I was a little bit ahead, but right now it seems to be playing out. Ethereum on the USD pair, absolutely ridiculous chart. We had the first target here that was hit of around 2,975 if you had the flagpole here. With the longer flagpole, we are about to reach our target of 3,600. I have been posting that in videos now for over a month since price was back in this bull pennant. It looks inevitable, and I think we can go much, much higher. Ethereum looks absolutely insane. I love it. It's playing out exactly as I hoped. Let's take a look at Binance Coin now. I've posted this chart quite a few times. We had this beautiful cup and handle and move up. The measured move for that is all the way up here still against Bitcoin at 0.0127. This looks like it's bullishly consolidating here at present. And if you draw this local resistance and support right here, you can see that it's being tested. We want to see that hold and rocket back up to there, but this is beautiful. And if you zoom out, there's so much bullish price movement before this, it's almost a joke. BNB on the USDT pair. Now, you know that I had the target of $600, which was based on this flagpole right here, hit here. Well, now we have another flagpole and another pennant with a target of just under $1,000. I think that that also is programmed and somewhat inevitable. You can see here that we are consolidating once again, sort of similar to what I just drew on the Bitcoin pair. Throw this in here, testing support, should be heading up, assuming Bitcoin doesn't do anything crazy. Doge Bitcoin chart, the funniest chart in the world. If you've been around for a long time, you always loved these Doge cycles, right? We've been trading this since the beginning. I didn't start till 2016. These were my first pumps right here, but people have been trading this Doge cycle for years. Very predictable. Price goes up, you sell, you wait, put your bids all the way down here, wait a little while, pump, pump, pump. Never expected to see one that made the chart look like this. But I guess you can't always get what you expect. Almost up to 1,000 when we were buying this last at 15. Of course, I bought it at 15 and exited at 188. Guess I didn't see that one coming. Doge against USDT is the chart that people are actually trading it on. Since this is now being traded on legacy exchanges and normie exchanges all over the place, I would say that this is obviously a buy the dip situation. No reason to be bearish at the moment. If you can get it here, it comes down and does that, probably a great opportunity if you can do that. We'll see. May not come back down for air anytime soon. XRP already had its move, and I think a lot of these large cap moves we're seeing now are preceded by like XRP and ADA. So, I feel like since it's already made its move and is still consolidating, the opportunity is in other large caps. It does not mean that this will go up. It just means that this was already a major opportunity for profit. So maybe look elsewhere. That said, eventually this should be returning all the way back up here to the highs based on this breakout. XRP versus USDT, as you can see, like I said, huge moves, drop, another big move. It is about to hold support. This is a weekly chart, so I think anything above $1.36 here looks really good. It already got up to $1.80 one time, but we're kind of chopping between these levels right now. I would say that this is very hard to trade. Like I said, could do very well, but right now there are better charts if you're looking for large caps. ADA on the Bitcoin pair, you can see this on the daily, has been bouncing off this support, climbing. We did have this wick through, that's pretty savage. And now it kind of appears after breaking this descending resistance that we have this area and a bit of an ascending triangle, right? Pushing up against that. And as long as we continue to make higher lows, you would expect that eventually you're going to see a break above this line. Something like this would be what I was looking for, but I'm not interested in entering unless it gets above and flips that to support or another bounce down off of here. Moving on to ADA on the USDT pair, absolutely chopping sideways. As I said, the good news is it's trading in the top half of this range. You can see how these ranges actually can play out really interestingly with liquidity, right? It was chopping through this range back and forth. Hit the highs, 1, 2, 3 in a row, 3 bearish SFPs. Liquidity was engineered here, push price down, and then a bullish SFP at the bottom, right? Someone drops it below the lows, gets all those stops to trigger, gets all those shorts to trigger for people who are shorting, and fills liquidity for a move up. Now we're back on the top half of the range. We do have this breakout, but the real move probably is to wait until you get a candle confirmation above above the range, like a close above about $1.48. That would be confirmation that it's actually ready to move up as opposed to these wicks, and then you try to catch a support bounce. On to Polkadot, looks absolutely amazing. You can see all the Polkadot trades back here that we've had on the Bitcoin pair, right? Those were from the newsletter. As you can see, this bounced right out of support. Another savage wick through, but this was the area we were looking for an entry, and I was posting, and it looks like it's climbing probably towards 0.00077549. Again, this is just like the last chart. Lots of bearish SFPs. Now you want to get above this. The safest entry is a close above this and retest as support. Dot on the USDT pair looks absolutely amazing. We had this descending broadening wedge. We did have consolidation, breakout, flip this level. Now we have this super local level right here at $37, which is being broken, and this line right here, which appears to be being broken. This looks absolutely amazing. But once again, the safest entry would be a flip of $38 and $38,701 to support and a move up. That would be a lot of confirmation, because as you can see over here, this is a huge sort of gap in price action. To expect it to push up to there and not find much resistance until $43 and $46 or so. Uni does have this ascending wedge, but in bull markets, we tend to see these ascending wedges smashed by crypto, and I don't think that will be any different with Uni on the Bitcoin pair. It's pushing here against resistance after this small SFP and drop. I think that we will hopefully see it flip that and head up, but you definitely need to be trading above this black line at 79259 before you can be convinced, then catch a retest and a push up. Otherwise, you do have this demand area here and ultimately this support down here if it drops. Uni on the USDT pair, kind of the same, right? Same thing we keep talking about. We need to be above that, right? All of this is danger, because there's liquidity up there and someone could use that to sell hard and down. This looks great. Don't get me wrong. It's pushing against resistance, but you need to see a candle closing, not these wicks above. So we want to see a candle closing above basically $44. At that point, I think you're basically in price discovery here on Uni, and it is time to party. Litecoin might be my favorite right now, and I've been screaming about this since down here, especially when we got this break and retest for 2 weekly candles. I've been saying it. Weekly. Well, now we have this absolutely massive move up. Should be targeting up here around 0.007976. On the USD pair, you can see I had posted this just last week. That's kind of what we're doing right now. You could have said that for here. And now if you've already missed all of this, maybe you should bid around this area. You never bid right on the line, but put some bids here and here and here. Look for a move down and ultimately back up. All of these look like buy the dip opportunities. And that is it. That was the lightning round for, I guess, 9 different coins on both pairs, except for Bitcoin, of course. It does not have that second pair. Now, let's take a look at some of the news that's driving the markets. We can go through it really, really quickly. Ethereum bulls control 100% of this week's 470 million ETH options expiry. Ether's spectacular rise to 3,300 has rendered all of the bearish put options worthless ahead of this Friday's 470 million expiry. All there is to talk about here is the fact that literally every bull on the planet is winning and every bear on the planet for ETH is getting absolutely smashed. You do not step in front of a moving train. You try to jump on board. Shorting ETH right now is getting people absolutely destroyed. Ether options trading volume surpassed that of Bitcoin's for the first time on Deribit. Anyone who knows that Deribit is the place for trading crypto futures. It's by far the largest market. I believe it's 9 or 10 times larger than the CME, which we talk about all the time. And Ether option trading volume is bigger than Bitcoin's by like 50%. Here it says, well, the total trading volume for Bitcoin options was 879.5 million on Monday. Ether's was 1.32 billion, which is 50% more. This is real interest, real volume trading Ethereum, and it's starting to dominate Bitcoin, which is reflected in the price and the chart. Altcoins just repeated a move that could launch them 27,000% higher in 2021. The altcoin market cap has flipped its previous cycle high to support. Last time that happened, it gained 27,623% in a year. This is from my friend Rect Capital. That would be an absolutely astounding move. You can see it here on the chart. That was the top, flip to support. Now we have the top, flip to support, same move. However, this time that would mean we went to $152.6 trillion market cap for altcoins. I do not see that happening, but I do think that it's a bullish sign, but we can't expect that same level of insanity. I don't think we're getting to 152.6 trillion market cap, but I do think that this is likely just the beginning of this altcoin move. Next news, S&P goes live with Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto indexes. Very, very cool. We know that our friends over at Lucca were setting this up. I interviewed Robert Materazzi, their CEO, many, many months ago about this. It's amazing to see it launch. The crypto indexes, S&P's first, carry ticker symbols SPBTC, SPETH, and SPCMC, one for Bitcoin, Ether, and a mega cap combo of the two. This is just another inevitable sign of mainstream adoption, of institutional adoption, other ways to gain exposure to this asset, and most notably, this is on the S&P, and it's listed by the S&P as their own product. This is absolutely huge, and in a news cycle where we just see things lost, I'm not even hearing anyone talk about it. Dogecoin hits new all-time high after eToro listing. Cool, eToro listed Doge finally yesterday. It's being listed everywhere. Is that the reason for this move? I kind of doubt it. I think, obviously, there's tons of FOMO still around Doge, and we have Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live on Saturday. There's a lot of expectation around that. Kind of like Doge Day. It might be one of those opportunities where you buy the rumor all the way in and you sell the news on the actual occasion. That's what happened on 420. That could happen next Saturday. Top DeFi protocols generated $252 million in revenue for token holders and users in April. Absolutely astounding. Uniswap did $113.66 million of that. I think it's just very clear from this news that these protocols are making an insane amount of money. They are here to stay, and we are watching the evolution of the future of finance in DeFi. And finally, PayPal has held exploratory talks about launching a stablecoin. Wow. PayPal is really going all in on crypto. First, we saw them allowing buying and selling, which moved on to Venmo. And then we saw them talking about opening payments to all of their merchants. Well, their own stablecoin, which would be in partnership with another company, they're not going to develop themselves, would be absolutely massive. This is just one more sign of inevitable mainstream adoption. Guys, stablecoins are superior to any of the legacy payment systems. It's not even close. If you ever tried to send a SWIFT or an ACH internationally, versus sending Tether to someone anywhere on the planet, even in a tiny amount, you know that this is true. PayPal knows this is true. Banks will know this is true. Every company will know this is true. We are seeing the future of payments evolve in front of our eyes. Guys, That is the top 10 cryptos by market cap against Bitcoin and USD in a lightning round, as well as all the news driving the markets today. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and until tomorrow, peace.